These are tough questions you're asking me. Have you ever been hurt and let down by a good friend? Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? Wow. Are you bi-curious? Can I start ballet as an adult? But it was a good period of my life. Hi everyone, my name is Elly and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another Q&A. Last week I posted a poll on my Instagram stories asking if you had any questions for me, and you had many. I was just scrolling through them now and I have quite a lot. I'm not sure I can answer all of the questions now, but I'll try my best. So yeah, I guess let's dive right in. How do you manage your busy lifestyle? Uni student tips. So the way that I manage my busy lifestyle, which at the moment is really busy, is that I plan and schedule everything. I try to be on top of things weeks before the actual deadlines are there because I don't like last minute stress. So my advice for you would be the moment you get your terms or your semester's schedule, write everything down on your handbook. Write all of your classes for the entire semester, not just for the month. Write all of the deadlines for the entire semester, write all of your exam dates, write everything. I even write the ideal supervision sessions that I would like to have with my tutor, just because I want to be on track of things, and because I have so many other things that I need to plan around university. I need to know what is going to happen, not just the week, but the month and the whole semester, so that I know how many different things I need to juggle to get through uni alive. Basically, yeah. Because of course, if you are following my channel, you know that on top of that, I'm dancing full-time as a professional dancer in a ballet company in Germany. I am teaching yoga, I am teaching contemporary dance, I'm studying German, and I'm trying to go on with this YouTube channel adventure and to have somewhat of a social life as well. So yeah, a lot is going on in my life, but my number one tip is to schedule, be organized, plan, be on top of things, read through your handbooks at uni so many times, know what is coming, be aware of the bigger picture, and yeah, that is basically it. How do you balance dancing and uni? That is kind of similar to the first question, but I make time for both. I try to really keep them separate, but to make sure that I give them both priority at a time that they need priority. What I mean with that is, if I have a premiere coming, I will try to keep the 2 weeks building up to the premiere basically as much as possible completely free from uni, so that I can focus 100% on my job and give more time also to rest and recovery, because when a premiere arrives and when you're going through production week, you're really pushing your body even more than you would in a normal rehearsal period. So yeah, I am on top of it, I'm aware of the dates, and I try to schedule all my studying, for example, around my premieres, so I know when I can really push with my uni work versus when I need to just focus on dancing. And the same thing happens a little bit with university. If I know there is an exam arriving, then I will maybe do less extra work outside work. I will of course go to work and do my hours at work, but maybe I will not do extra exercises around it, go to the gym as much as I normally would if I know there is an exam coming. So for 2 weeks in the morning, I would study more, wake up earlier to study more. I will not go out as much with my friends after rehearsals. Maybe we want to go for a drink, a coffee or something. I will go home and study. Or if it's after a show, I will go home to sleep so that I can wake up early in the morning to study. So yeah, I try to balance things out by being aware of the schedule, if it makes sense. It's kind of connected to the question I answered previously. Do you wish you started your MA earlier? Overall, I want to say no. No, not really, because I'm doing an MA in dance technique pedagogy, and of course I could have done it like straight after my bachelor, but I really, 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 really wanted to dance full time as a professional dancer, and I wanted to put all of my energy into finding a job, working in a theater, and I didn't have the focus to start thinking about teaching. Like, I was still so focused on growing as an individual dancer and gaining experience, like watching other people teach, learning from different teaching styles, like talking to older dancers and hearing about their experiences. Like, I wanted to learn from experiential knowledge at the time. And that is a great thing, because now the master's I'm doing is actually trying to convert this knowledge that I gained through dancing, through my experience, into dance pedagogy. So it is a lot about reflecting on lessons learned being a professional dancer and how to transfer them into applicable pedagogical methodologies for students. So this specific master, I would not have been able to do, like, even I would say 2 years ago. Like, I needed to go through all my life and dance life experience in order to be at the point to fully comprehend how to get the most out of this MA. Of course, there are different types of MAs, but if I would have done like a full-time MA in a university, I don't know if then I would still have been fit enough and technically strong enough to audition for companies and enter a professional dance company. So I'm actually super pleased with my journey, and I think everything has happened at the perfect time. So no, I don't think I wish I would have started my MA earlier. Advice to start your YouTube channel. Ooh. So one word. Patience, 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 and discipline, and self-determination. But patience above all. Like, YouTube is not a sprint. Like, you don't post a video and gain a following overnight. Like, YouTube is a very, very long marathon. There are so many skills you have to gain, so many things you have to learn, and it will need time and practice to get there. And as you're growing as a YouTuber and learning new skills, you'll also slowly start growing your audience. But it does take time. I still don't have a very big following, and I have done YouTube for 3 years now. Of course, not full time because of everything else that is happening on my life. But yeah, I would say do it because you enjoy it, because results will come, I hope, also for myself, but they're not gonna come overnight. And if you don't enjoy filming YouTube videos, editing YouTube videos, and just enjoying the whole creative process, it's gonna be hard to stick around until the point that you start being successful and grow a following, because it does take time. And maybe, I mean, you're super lucky and you just have a viral video overnight. But in the majority of cases, the thing you need the most to be a content creator or a YouTuber is patience and perseveration, determination, and just passion to do it. Yeah, I would say that is it. Favorite dancing experience. So this also is something I think I spoke about already here on my channel. My favorite dancing experience was dancing in a piece by my artistic director Guido Markovic called Metamorphosen. It was premiered in January 2019, and I absolutely loved dancing the role that I was given. It was the role of Hera. She's like the mother of the Greek gods. She's the wife of Zeus. And I was performing alongside my very, very, very best friend, Johannes. You've probably seen him here on my channel. I also did like a best friend challenge with him. If you haven't seen that video, I'll pop it up here on the screen so you can check it out. But I think here it was just the perfect role for me to share with him in that specific moment of our lives. And somehow it worked so beautifully together. Like, it felt like I was fully living what I thought I would experience as a professional dancer growing up. Like, what I thought dancing on stage would feel like. The fulfillment that I thought I would feel performing on stage, I felt in that piece. Like, that piece gave sense to everything that I did up to that date, because I had this incredible, wholesome experience to feel one with myself, with the role, with my dance partner, with the audience. Just, I don't know, sometimes, like, as a yoga teacher, we are always trying to focus on being present in the moment, which is something easier said than done. It is actually very, very hard to be fully present in the moment and to feel whole and to feel connection. Like, yoga means union, like connection between yourself and everything around you. And I think the only time I fully experienced that was dancing this role. And yeah, it was incredible that every time I performed it, I was 100% feeling this sense of wholeness. So yeah, that is by far my favorite dancing experience to date. And what was incredible was also to hear, like, the audience commenting on it, the audience's feedback. Like, they did feel that there was something so special going on stage when they saw me and Johannes dancing together. We had this incredible connection, and I don't know if I will ever feel it again with another partner or with him as well. I haven't danced with him for the past 3 years. And yeah, we spoke the other day and I was like, who knows if we were to dance again, if we would feel the same thing or not. So, and it doesn't even matter. Like, nothing is going to take away from that experience. And I'm just so incredibly grateful to have had it, because sometimes, like, as a kid, you have an idea of a profession, like, you want to be a professional dancer and you have an idea of how it's going to feel, but then when you become a professional dancer, that is not exactly how you imagined it, but in that moment it was. So yeah, by far my favorite experience, and I'll be forever grateful for everything that aligns to make that happen in that specific moment of my life. So yeah. Subjects you took in high school. So I went to an Italian high school in Rome, and in Italy we don't really pick subjects. You pick, like, the kind of school you want to go to, and that school will have already all the subjects lined out for you. I went to a high school that is like European and classical studies high school, something like that. And I had a lot of subjects. It goes on forever, but as far as languages goes, I of course studied Italian, English, and French, plus ancient languages. I studied Latin and Greek. On top of that, I studied history, geography, philosophy. As far as scientific subjects go, I studied maths, physics, chemistry, astronomical geography. I feel that's it as far as science goes. And then I also studied art history, PE, and religion. Yeah, all of that. It was a lot. But yeah, I made really good friends in high school. I'm still super close with them, and The overall experience was really good. I enjoyed my time in high school, so it was a lot of work, but it was a good period of my life. Have you ever auditioned for NDT1 or NDT2? No, I have never auditioned for NDT1 or NDT2. How did your school timetable look like in high school? So, as I told you before, I was studying a lot of different subjects, so I had long days. If I remember correctly, I was in school on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. We would have like a half an hour break in the morning and a 1 hour break for lunch. So yeah, 3 times a week I would be in school until 5:30. Then on Tuesday and Thursdays I would be in school from 8 to 2. And on Saturdays I will also be in school from 8 to 2. So yeah. Very long days, very busy schedule. But like this was my last year of high school. Like the first year was a little bit easier and then more subjects kept adding on, so we would stay in school longer. But it was tough, but a good time. And I enjoyed like staying in school until 5:30 because I enjoyed the lunch breaks together with my friends. Like I just enjoyed like the social aspect of it as well. So yeah, even if it was long, like some schools in Italy, they would only be on 8 to 12. But even if my school, we had longer hours, I would like the fact that I was around my friends more and that we would have lunch together every day. So yeah, again, if I think back to high school, it was tough, but I have mostly positive memories linked around it, to it. Favorite activewear brands. So I wouldn't say I have a favorite activewear brand. Here in Germany, a lot of dancers love Adidas. They're like obsessed. But no, I personally don't have a favorite activewear brand. I do love Adidas, I have to say, but I don't only wear Adidas. I wear any activewear that I find that I like. I have a lot of Nike stuff as well, Reebok, Champion, Fila. I use a lot of H&M activewear as well, and I really like it. So yeah, I wouldn't say I have a favorite brand. Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? Wow. Oof. Where do I see myself in 10 years' time? So in 10 years' time, I hope to be healthy and well, and I hope that all of my loved ones are also healthy and well. I hope to be around the people I love. I maybe wish to have a family by then, so maybe a couple of kids, who knows. I hope to have a stable job that I love. And I hope to have also time to enjoy life. Yes. I think those are my main things. I hope that answers your question. What are your eating habits and body image right now? So, I don't know, probably this question stemmed from one of my previous Q&As in which I said that after my injury back in 2019, I gained almost 10 kilos and I was struggling with my body image. And I went to a dietitian and I managed to healthily lose that weight. It took me 5 to 6 months to lose 10 kilos. Like, I didn't want to rush it. And I really didn't like my body at the time. So I think that's where this question comes from. But at the moment, I am quite okay with my body image. I must say that after that episode that I gained so many kilos, like I am more aware of what I eat and eating healthy, especially if I have periods that I'm not dancing. For example, this season, I had a minor injury compared to the one I had in 2019, but I was still off dancing for 6 weeks. So I was very careful not to gain weight as I did when I fractured my tibia. So yeah, I would not say my body image changed, but post my bigger injury, I have a bigger awareness of what I'm putting in my body and the energy I'm spending out. I try to eat less snacks than I was eating previously. So I'm trying to have like 3 wholesome, healthy meals a day, as much as I can. And I try to like eat more protein than I normally would, because I know that is very, very good for a professional dancer, professional athlete, especially after having had muscle injury. Like I needed the protein to rebuild the muscle tissue. So yeah, my eating habits, sorry, I need to reread the question. My eating habits, I would say, would be to eat 3 wholesome meals, have 2 healthy snacks around them, and have less processed food on like a normal, regular day-to-day basis. Of course, if it's a special day, if it's a celebration, if it's a birthday party, a wedding, like, or a premiere party or something, like I'll eat cake, I'll eat biscuits, I'll eat anything that is there, fried food. But on a regular basis, I tried to eat as healthy as possible, all meals and snacks. And that is helping me out a lot to stay on track with my healthy weight, let's say. And also pleased about my body image. I am perfectly within my normal weight range, healthy weight range, my BMI, so all is good. Podcasts you like. So I have to say I don't really listen to many podcasts. The only one I have been listening to lately is the one by Violet Chachki and Gottmik called, wait, no, I have blank. Hi, Gord. That's it, yes. Oh, no, Gord. I really, like, I think it's really funny. I know Violet can be shady at times, often, but somehow she's growing on me. So, yeah, that. I don't really listen to other podcasts except theirs. But I want to get into listening to podcasts more, I have to be honest. Like, I normally would just put a YouTube video when I'm doing my chores around the house, but maybe I can start listening to podcasts too. When did you decide to become a YouTuber? So I wouldn't really say that I decided I'm going to be a YouTuber. I'm still not a YouTuber. I don't know if I ever want to be like a full-time YouTuber, actually. Like, that is not at all the aim for me. I just really enjoyed watching other people's YouTube videos, and I thought it was super cool the way they were documenting their life and the things they were sharing with their audience. And I really enjoyed this sense of community that they built around themselves. So that inspired me to also start my own YouTube channel. It took a while, like before starting a YouTube channel, which I knew was what I wanted to actually do. I was just so scared to put my face out there, and I started with 2 different blogs. The first one, it was like a fashion blog or something, and I would not even put my face inside it. Like, it was just pictures of like outfits I was wearing from the neck down. And then I started Elly's Diaries blog because I thought I would enjoy writing more. But then I said, okay, like, what you really want is to start a YouTube channel. So let go of the blog and try to give a shot at what you really want to do, which is to have a YouTube channel. So I tried, and yeah, I would say I had to decide whether I wanted to stick to my blog or to my YouTube channel, because I couldn't do both. Like, there's just so much happening in my life at the moment, but I definitely enjoyed more the creative element of YouTube rather than the creative element of a blog, which is also super creative. But for me personally, I enjoyed YouTube more, so Yeah, that is how it happened. Are you bi-curious? I don't really like labels. I have always only dated and I have always only felt attraction to cis men so far in my life. But like the thing is, that is the reality of it. So all my dating life, I was in straight relationships, and I honestly never ever felt attracted like romantically to a woman. But I like to feel like I can fall in love with a human being. Yeah, like regardless of their gender. But also the reality of it is, so far I have only been attracted to cis men, so yeah. I hope that answers your question. I don't know, but I would definitely not address myself as bi-curious. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? This is somewhat harder to answer than the question in 10 years. I don't know, because I feel 10 years time is really far away and 5 years is not that far away. For sure, I hope to have finished my master's degree. I don't know if I will have started or not a PhD. Like, part of me really doesn't want to study a PhD, but another part of me is like, wouldn't it be interesting and fun? So I don't know. Will I still be dancing in 5 years? Maybe. I don't know. Like, I honestly feel like 5 years from now, I will be working at building up the foundations for where I want to be in 10 years from now. Let's say that. Yeah. I can't give you a more in-depth answer at the moment. I don't have one. Do you have a boyfriend? Yes, I do. Do you recommend doing multiple things during high school? Do I recommend doing multiple things during high school? I did a lot of things during high school. Besides high school, I was also, what was I doing? I was dancing. For a period of my life, I was fencing as well. I was taking music classes. I was taking acting classes. And I was part of an acting club. So, who am I to judge? If you want to do many things, but would I recommend that? I don't know, like sometimes I was really knackered and exhausted, but because for me, like a lot of my motivation in doing many things is like the social aspect of things. Like I enjoyed being around people. So all of these things that I was doing was not just something like for me to grow and better myself, or because I was competitive in sports or in dancing or in acting or something. Like I generally enjoyed doing these things, and on top of that, I generally enjoyed the social aspect of it. So for me, it was fun because I got to spend time with friends. But if you feel like it's overwhelming, you're not enjoying it, and you think it's too much, and you feel like you don't have time for yourself, to just unwind and chill, or for your social life, then try to see if there is something you would prefer cutting down. But I think as long as it's manageable and it makes you happy, that is good. If it feels like overwhelming and too much, then yeah, you should consider what would be the best choice if continuing with something or not. I don't think this is a question that can have a one answer fits all. Like it's really individual, and it depends on what it's giving and how it is nourishing the person that is doing so many things. How did you balance high school and social life? So I'm getting a lot of questions about high school, which is really fun because I actually finished high school so many years ago, but how did I balance that? It's a bit what I was saying previously. Like for me, high school and like all the activities that I did, I was around my friends and I just enjoyed spending time with them and doing activities with them and like creating memories together and bonding. And yeah, like I would be around my friends all the time. It's just that we were actually having activities. The only really time I had off to unwind and take time off and hang out with my friends was Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. And occasionally, sometimes on Sunday, although Sunday was more like a family day. So yeah, but for me, it was good. I didn't feel like I was missing out on social life in school just because I was 24/7 around my friends all the time. Do you believe in a higher power? These are tough questions you're asking me. So I feel that the relationship each human being has with their spirituality is really private, personal, and will change over time and during the course of your life. But in this specific moment of my life, I do believe there is a metaphysical level in this world that is not tangible, and that there could be in this metaphysical level a higher being. Was that the question? A higher power, yeah, could be part of this metaphysical field, but I don't know enough about it to go in depth into the specifics of it, because my spiritual journey is definitely still at its beginning, but I do believe in a spiritual aspect of life. I hope that answers your question. What is your relationship with food? As I was saying before, my relationship with food is quite relaxed. Like, I am aware and actively making choices as far as what I am eating, but I don't have any fear foods. There's nothing that I wouldn't eat because of the calorie it has or something like that. Like, my relationship with food is thankfully very, very relaxed. And the moment I had a struggle with my body weight, I went to a professional, like, to help me out. Like, I didn't try to fix things by myself, because I know that playing around with diets and stuff like that can be dangerous, potentially. It doesn't have to be, but it could. And I wanted a professional to help me out with it, and she gave me a lot of tips and tricks and awareness on nutrition that I didn't have previously. So yeah, I would say that my relationship with food is quite relaxed. And I think the more you know and learn and study and read about nutrition from reliable sources, please, the more relaxed you can be about it, because you understand how nutrition and the body work together. Favorite YouTubers. So this I can check. My subscription. I'll let you know. Sunday Vloe, she is a supermodel. She was a Victoria's Secret model, and she also has like a health and fitness YouTube channel, and she started her own matcha company now. She makes amazing videos. She cooks amazing, delicious recipes. So yeah, I like her a lot. Renée Amberg, lifestyle blogger. She was living in New York. Now she moved back to Florida, where she's from. I also really, really love her lifestyle vlogs. I've been following her for years. Who else? Holly Gabrielle. She is a British YouTuber. She does productivity, lifestyle, also a bit of fitness videos. She is now, I think, in Thailand, solo traveling, and she's documenting that. I enjoy her a lot. Vanessa Tiu, fitness, health, lifestyle vlogger. Yeah, I mostly follow like fitness, health, and lifestyle vloggers. Those are the videos I prefer watching the most. Yeah, I think those are my favorites. Were you a student rep in high school? To be honest, I don't recall that, but I was a student rep for sure at university, at Laban, my third year of Laban, and I was the company rep here for 3 years. So I have had that experience of being a student rep, or like a company rep, a lot. And I enjoyed it, but sometimes it can be rough. But yeah, that's part of my life experience. Would you have wanted to study a different subject in high school? If I were to switch one subject I studied in high school with a different subject, I probably would not have studied ancient Greek and would have studied German instead. Especially knowing that I would have lived so many years in Germany. It would have been amazing to have like 5 years of German studies before moving here. So, yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed studying ancient Greek, but I don't think it was as useful in my life as much as German would have been. But who knows? Maybe yes. I don't know. I don't really like thinking of things I would have done differently in the past or something, because I can't go back and change it. But I know that German would have been useful. So if I would have known where my life would have brought me, I would have studied German. What do you want to become after uni? I love this question. I don't think I got this question in so many years. Also because I was out of uni for so many years. So I'm studying an MA in dance technique pedagogy because I would love to become a university, college, vocational school dance teacher in the future. So yeah, that is the goal. Are you scared of weight gain, and how do you deal with the thought of it? As I was saying before, because I gained so much weight post my 2019 injury, I am a bit more wary of the food I choose to eat. But I don't have any fear food. Again, it is not something I obsess about. It is not something that is constantly there in my head. It is just something I have an awareness of and I educated myself about. And yeah, like I have a really, really relaxed relationship with food, and I'm super, super grateful about this. Like really, really grateful about this. Because I think it is so important to not be afraid of eating. Yeah, I'm so, so grateful that I never really had an eating disorder in my life, because I do work in industries that are normally associated with eating disorders. Like first I was a gymnast, then I was modeling, now I'm a professional dancer, and like ED kind of seems to be around these industries a lot, but thank God it never touched me. Yeah. Have you ever been hurt and let down by a good friend? And how did you manage to live without this person? I don't know if I was ever let down by a very good friend, because I pick my very good friends very, very, very carefully. Like before I give full trust to a person, it takes time. And once I do fall in friendship, like I fall madly, deeply in friendship with a person, but it's not so easy to access that level of trust in me. Although, like, I am very friendly with everyone, but yeah, like for me to call someone a really good friend, it takes time. So from these people that I do consider like my dearest friends, no, I have never been let down. But there was a person I was super close in uni, and she stopped talking to me out of the blue, and I never really figured out why. I was so hurt by the fact that she would not even explain things to me, like why she wouldn't talk to me anymore, or what I did wrong, if I did anything wrong to her, or if I upset her. Like she just stopped talking to me, would refuse any contact, blocked me, my number, and never spoke to me since. And we were really close. Like I would not say she was a close friend, but we were really close. And out of the blue, this person stopped talking to me, and it was tough because I was questioning myself a lot. Like she put a lot of self-doubt in me. But then after like 5-6 months of trying to fix this friendship, trying to have a dialogue with this person that was just refusing to have any dialogue with me, like I had to let go and move on. And we were still in school together, so I would see her and she would not talk to me. But yeah, I mean, I hope she's happy now and she's well. And who knows if we will ever talk again, but it was a sad moment and for sure not fun to go through. But I had to find ways to regain trust in myself after that, because it completely threw me in this hole of second guessing everything I did, which is not good. And my advice, like, from this, if you ever have a problem with a friend, or if someone did something to you or whatever, like, please do not deny them the chance to speak to you, because that really hurt me. Like, it doesn't mean you have to trust that person again or be friends again or anything like that, but don't deny people the chance to clear the air, or at least explain themselves or understand why you don't want to be in their life anymore. Like, that is my advice, but you can do whatever you want from it. But I would have just appreciated if she would have given me the opportunity to at least listen to her and know why she wasn't going to talk to me ever again. And if by any random chance you're listening to this and you know who you are, if you want to reach out to me and reconnect, like, please do. I would love to talk to you, not about this necessarily, but just to know how your life has been since. Moving on. Favorite place in Italy? That would have to be Rome. I mean, I don't know. Rome is my hometown. It's funny. A lot of Italians from other different places in Italy say that Romans are just in love with Mom Rome, but I am. I do love Rome. I do love my city. Is it perfect? Everything flows beautifully? No, but I don't know. There is something magical about Rome, and it will always, always hold a special place in my heart. So I'm gonna have to say Rome. Do you feel like in competition with your sister? No. I mean, at this point of our lives are so different. There is no competition to have there. She is a successful doctor and a mom, and yeah, we're just living very different moments of our lives. So now there is no real ground to have or feel competition with one another, at least from my side. But I think also from her side there would be nothing to feel competitive about. But I honestly never felt competition with her, even growing up. My sister is super smart. She was always a super smart kid and really appreciated by all her teachers and all the people around her. But my parents, I think, did an amazing job with us at not making neither of us feel less than the other. Like, I never felt any competition with her whatsoever. And yeah, I really need to thank my parents for that. Yeah. I was lucky. Which language do you wish you could speak? German. I wish I could speak German fluently, properly, the same way I speak English. It is such a tough language to learn, but I'm trying. I still keep studying, but it is really, really hard. But another language I would love to be able to speak is Spanish. I studied a little bit of Spanish as a little kid for 2 years, like with a nun that my father was treating. My father is a physio, and he did not want her to pay for the physio treatment. So in exchange, she would teach me and my sister Spanish. So I learned a little bit, but I was like 7 years old, 6, 7 years old, so I can't really recall any Spanish, but I do understand Spanish very well. So if I could speak a language, I would say I would love to be able to speak Spanish. How much were you paid when you were an internship dancer? So I was an internship dancer with 2 different companies. In my first company, I was getting my accommodation paid, plus I was getting £120 a week. Yes. And in the second company I was an apprentice in, I was getting paid if I remember correctly, €600 a month. Yeah, that was my intern salary. What is your number one 2022 resolution? So it is already May of 2022, so we're halfway through the year, but my main resolution for 2022 was to finish on time the first year of my MA, and I did! I handed in my last exam on the 6th of May. It is currently the 9th of May, so I'm very happy. Like, that was my number one 2022 resolution, and it worked out. Thank God. I hope I also like manage the same next year and finish my master's in time. Fingers crossed. How tall are you? I am 1 meter 70 or 5'7". Have you ever been to counselling? Yes, I have been to counselling twice. The first time was when I was studying in London, in uni, and the second time was in 2020 during COVID, during the 7 months of my injury. I was in a special physio treatment center, and there all professional athletes or professional dancers that have an injury that is over 3 months long get professional sports counseling for the period they're treated there. So that was amazing. Thoughts on protein powder? I do use protein powder. After having been to the nutritionist I reached out to back in 2019-2020, I started learning that I needed to hit a specific amount of protein a day. And for me, it was really, really hard to hit that on a vegan diet or even a vegetarian diet. So I started at the time taking protein bars and protein powder. So I take either a protein bar or like a protein shake once a day when I train. Not on Saturday and Sundays, not during the summer, but when I am training 8 hours a day, I will like take a vegan protein shake after working out. Yeah. Are you into reading, and what is your favorite book genre? Yes, I am into reading. I love, 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 love reading. But with everything that is going out in my with everything that is going on in my life at the moment, and having started my master's degree, like, I have only had time to read uni stuff up until now. Now that I finished my second term at uni, I could potentially start reading again, like an easy non-study related book, but I also want to start reading books for my thesis, which I will have to prepare next year. But I know next season, like dancing wise, is going to be very, very intense for me. So now that I don't have exams, like, I somehow want to start thinking about my thesis already. So I don't know if I will have time to read as many books as I would like over the summer. For sure, when I'm on holiday, when I'm visiting my family, or like when I'm at the beach or somewhere with my friends or with my boyfriend, I will read like some book for fun. But for the time being, most of the books I'm reading are uni related. However, my favorite book genre to unwind is like young adult. I really like young adult books, especially to unwind. But what I try to do is I have 3 genre of books rotating all the time. I'll read like a non-fiction book, then a young adult romance book, and then a classic book. I love, love, love classic literature. Like, one of my favorite books ever is 1984 by George Orwell, Fahrenheit 451. Yeah, I love reading classics, so I'll rotate these genres a lot. Yeah, I wouldn't say I have a specific genre, but like when I need to unwind, for sure I go for a young adult, like, or like, yeah, young adults mostly. Yeah. Can you talk about the start of your YouTube? Why, how, when? Tips. I feel like I already answered this question before, but yeah, I started YouTube for fun, to document my life. And I really wish I had started earlier, because especially when I do vlogs and backstage videos with my colleagues and friends, I just love revisiting those memories after, because it takes a lot of time and effort to film and edit a YouTube video, but then you have it, and regardless how many people are going to watch it. And I mean, I'm doing YouTube also because I hope to grow on this channel, but regardless of that, those are memories that I forever have for myself and for my friends and colleagues that are now everywhere around the world. So yeah, for me, and that's the reason why I also called it Elly's Diary. It's a way to document my life and things that are happening, and I'm enjoying it a lot, even if it's time consuming. And yeah, I wish I started earlier. It would have been amazing to have all my time in London there, all my time with the other companies, like my auditioning period and process. But again, I think things happen at the right moment. So probably it was not meant for me to start a YouTube channel earlier than I did. How? I learned everything on my own on YouTube. Like, I would literally look up like how to start a YouTube channel, how to edit a video, how to find your niche, how to make thumbnails, SEO. Like, I learned everything. There is so much you have to learn, and I learned a lot of it from YouTube. Like, YouTube can be a YouTube university, like literally. Like, you can learn everything you have to know about YouTube if you look up some YouTube videos on it. Like, yeah, that is how I learned to do everything. No one told me. I outsourced all the information online. I did a lot of research. I spent a lot of time learning about everything, and I still keep learning, and I still keep looking up ways to improve my videos. And all the feedback I get, I try to learn from it, respond to it, and try to make my videos a little bit better every time. So yeah, that is the how. When, I think I posted my first video in 2018, but when, if the question is when do I film, when do I edit, so I make a plan at the beginning of the year about all the videos that I would like to post, and I would like to post a video every 2 weeks, but sometimes that is just not possible. But I do make a list of all the videos that I want to do, and I'm trying to balance out like fitness and vlogs and backstage videos and Q&A, more chatty kind of videos, like also responding to what you guys like. And I'm noticing that you people enjoy vlogs more than any other thing, so I'm trying to do more vlogs and more chatty videos as well. I try to schedule them, and I try to make sure that I make time for filming. As far as editing goes, it's a little bit harder now that I have uni. That's why I have so many videos filmed that are still not out, because like, one thing is filming, like it's a moment for me to do something else, but like editing, you're still in front of a computer, like working, looking at your screen. And because I do all of my uni work online on my computer, like editing is other times sitting at the desk looking at a screen. So that's why I didn't manage to find time for it. But now that I don't have exams coming up, I do want to read for my thesis and dissertation, but the time I spend at my computer can now be spent editing, an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, and I'm trying to get more videos out as soon as possible. It's just about finding a balance. Like, I'm waking up earlier in the morning to study. I will wake up early in the morning to edit, so that I can have like the afternoon and evening off if I want to hang out with my boyfriend or hang out with my friends and chill a little bit, now that the summer is coming and I don't have exams. But again, I will have to study for my thesis, I know. I think my first real summer, again, will be the summer of 2023. This summer, I'm going to take some weeks off, but it's not going to be like 6 weeks of holiday. For sure. Tips. Sorry, this is still the same question. I forgot. My tips for you are, like before I said, be patient, for sure. And if you want to start your own YouTube channel, like find a way that filming and editing fit within your lifestyle and within your schedule. Like, don't try to aim to do something that is unrealistic for you, because if it gets overwhelming, you're not going to be persistent and keep uploading and filming and editing, because you just put too much on your shoulders. So start in an easy, relaxed way. Don't put a schedule on yourself to begin with. Just film a video, edit it when it's ready, post it, and then move on to the next, to the next, to the next. And try to understand what kind of videos you enjoy filming and how do they fit in your lifestyle and how much time you have for it. So also considering how long or short you want your videos, how often you want to post them. Just, yeah. YouTube has to fit your lifestyle. It's not something that can be outside, if it makes any sense. But my number one tip is still be patient and be persistent. How many siblings do you have? So biologically, I only have one sister, but I do consider Johannes, my best friend, as my unbiological brother. We're really, really that close. So yeah, I have a biological sister and a non-biological brother slash best friend. Do you enjoy studying at Middlesex University? Well, I am a long-distance student, so I have actually never been to Middlesex University. I don't know how the campus is. I don't know how life is there, but I am enjoying my experience with Middlesex so far, yes. Starting uni next year, what's some tips to avoid stress burnout? Well, congratulations for starting uni next year. Tips for avoiding stress burnout: plan ahead, schedule everything, stay on top of everything, have an awareness of the bigger picture for the entire semester. That is the best advice I can give you. Like, plan ahead so that you don't surprise yourself like 2 days before an assignment that you had an assignment in 2 days and you didn't know that. Like, that's going to be very, very stressful. So yeah, those are my advice, and congratulations for getting into uni. How did you recover from your injury? I don't know if the question is like, how did you recover from your injury, as in how are you now, or how did you manage to recover from your injury? So if the question is, how did you recover from your injury, as in how you're now, I am doing great. All is good. I am super surprised about my recovery, super grateful to everyone that has helped me get through this recovery. So all is good. If the question was how, as in what did I do, at first I stopped dancing for 6 weeks, full rest, and I went to the physio 3 times a week. I was doing manual therapy, electrostimulation, and I was training at the gym with the physio to do specific exercises. And then I still go like 3 times a week to the gym to do my exercises. Now they're not for recovery, they're more for like strengthening and prevention. And I still go to the physio once a week, every week. For me, that is super important. It's not because I need it at the moment because I'm injured, but because I know I need to take super good care of my body, and yeah, that is helping me out a lot. Is your ankle calf still hurting when dancing? Again, knock on wood. Thank God, no, not at all. I'm surprised, shocked, and beyond grateful, but I'm doing great. Knock on wood, I'm doing great, and I hope it stays that way. Would you say you worked hard during high school? Yes, 100, 1,000% yes. I was doing a lot, and I think I was studying until 1:30 a.m. every day, waking up at 7 to go to school. So yeah, I was working hard. But again, I have overall very good memories of my high school period. Your motivation to eat healthy. I don't feel like I need motivation to eat healthy. Like, I was luckily brought up in a family in which we ate healthy most, like 99% of the time, always fresh made, home cooked food. So I'm very grateful that was part of my upbringing, and for me to eat junk food or not eat healthy is the exception rather than the rule. So yeah, I'm lucky with that, really. Thoughts about vegan processed food. I eat vegan processed food a lot, I have to say, which maybe is not so healthy. Going back to the previous question, but for me it is a good way to have vegan protein and implement it in my diet, eating the things that I grew up eating. So yeah, I in general feel that from an ethical point of view, like vegan processed food is great because it is a good way for people to transition into eating less meat or dairy products. So ethically, I think vegan processed foods are great. Health-wise, processed food, like vegan or not, is not the best. But yeah, it is an easy way to have protein. Like, you know, vegan chicken schnitzel, like I just put it in the oven and then I will chop it and toss it in my salad, like to have like a vegan Caesar salad or something like that. Like it's really easy and I do eat it. And I know it's not the healthiest, but I do support the industry, the vegan processed food industry. I think it is very helpful, especially from an ethical point of view. But I might be wrong and uneducated on it, so if it's not ethical, please do let me know. I try to keep myself educated as much as I can, but I can't know everything. So if I'm wrong, please do correct me. Please let me know and share the information you have. Can I start ballet as an adult? For sure, 100% you can start ballet as an adult. I know ballet adult classes are growing and I think that is really, really good. Of course, if what you're asking is, can I start ballet as an adult and become a professional ballet dancer? That is a little bit harder. It doesn't happen often. Like most professional ballet dancers finish their vocational training at 18 or even younger, and by the time they're adults, especially ballet dancers, even more so than contemporary dancers, will already be working like as an apprentice in a company or full-time dancer in a company by the age of 19, 20. So it is going to be a bit harder for you to become a professional ballet dancer if you start as an adult. But never say never, there are always exceptions to the rules, so I really don't want to stop anyone's dream. But many ballet companies, I don't know if it's still the same, used to audition dancers for the companies only up until the age of 27. I mean, they would have older dancers in the company, but to like have someone join the company, the auditions used to be from 18 to 27. So if you start dancing at 18, even if you're super talented, you would still need at least those 7, 8 years of vocational dance training before you would be ready to enter a company. So yeah. But again, I'm no one to stop anyone's dreams, and there are exceptions to the rules, so it doesn't mean it's impossible. It really doesn't mean it's impossible. It's not going to be easy, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. But if you want to start ballet as a hobby, for fun, for enjoyment, by all means, yes, you can start ballet as an adult. Did you ever lose your period because of dancing? No, again, I was always in my healthy weight range. Like even when I gained those 10 kilos, I was still in my healthy weight range. Like I'm 1.70 meters and like my normal healthy BMI would be in between 53 kilos and 67 kilos. That is a very wide range. And so I imagine that if I'm over 53 kilos, I should have my period, and I'm always trying to stay around like 57, 60 kilos, so well in the middle of this healthy weight BMI. So thankfully, no, I never ever lost my period because of dancing. Can you do more vlogs? I wish I could, but like I'm already struggling with this amount of videos. Like I honestly would be lying if I would promise I could do more vlogs. I really enjoy filming them, I really enjoy editing them, and I really enjoy sharing them with you, but I do not have the time to post or film any more than I'm already doing. I'm sorry. At least for the time being. Who knows in the future, but for the time being, I can't. But I have a lot of vlogs coming up soon. Depends when this video is posted. Like, my upload schedule is a bit all over the place at the moment because I have some deadlines, some sponsored videos, some videos that are not sponsored. So even if I film them before, I'm gonna upload them after because I have the deadlines to hit with the sponsored videos. So I'm not really sure of the order of the uploads, but by the time this video is out, either a lot of vlogs are gonna be coming out soon or a lot of vlogs have been already posted, so please do check them out. Would you run a marathon? Oh my god. In this moment of my life, like, I don't know what I'm gonna say like 10 years from now. In this moment of my life, I can tell you that running a marathon is basically one of the last things I would ever want to do. I do not enjoy running at all. Plus, I had a stress fracture of my tibia and I completely tore my calf muscle. So, like, I think the worst thing for me to invest my time on at the moment would be to train to run marathon. Like, I don't think it's compatible at all with dancing or my recovery or the injuries that I had. But who knows? Maybe in the future. But I feel like the injuries that I had are injuries that often like runners get. So I really don't think it would be great for my calf or my ankle to train for a marathon. So no, that is definitely not on my bucket list. But who knows, maybe one day. Like, I think people change and life situations change and priorities change, and I can't say that I will never run a marathon in my life. But is it on my bucket list now? No. Will I do it in the near future? Can't see that. But who knows? In the future, maybe. How many piercings do you have? I have 7 piercings, ear piercings. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side and 1, 2, 3. But I am planning on getting 2 more. I would like to get 1 here and 1 here. And I'm gonna add 2 more because I dislike even numbers. Like, I prefer odd numbers. So I have 7 and then I'm gonna go to 9. So yeah, maybe before the end of the season or just after the end of the season, I'm gonna get my 2 new piercings done. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? I think my boyfriend is gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna say Rome. Like, I really, really want to go back to Rome one day. I love my hometown, and although it has many logistic problems, I still love it. It has a special place in my heart, and I hope to move back there one day. Okay, this is the last batch of questions because it is 2:55 and I started filming this video at 1:18, so I've spoken for a lot. It's gonna be a long video and long to edit as well, so I'm gonna start wrapping this up, but let's say the last 10 questions. Would you cut your hair short or change your hairstyle? I don't know, like, I am always thinking that I would like to try having a short haircut, but I just have so much hair and I'm terrified that if I cut it short, it's gonna come out as mushroom. So yeah. Also, I tried cutting bangs. I had bangs back in 2011, but they were not sitting straight. They were going all over the place. And I don't know if it's because they were not cut properly, but yeah. Also, like, I like that my hair gets wavy further down, and when I cut it short, I'm scared that it's not gonna be as wavy and it's just gonna be so much hair. So I'm never brave enough to try it out, but what I would love to do is to dye it blonde once, which I never really tried. But it's so long, and I know dyeing your hair blonde can dry it out, so I don't know. I'm sure one day I will have a different hairstyle, but at the moment I really like my hair and I don't feel like changing my hairstyle yet. But who knows? Maybe in the future, for sure. Or wait, do you have any ideas of a hairstyle that would suit me? Let me know. I would be curious. Do you have any ideas? Top 5 countries that you would like to visit one day. So, let's see. Well, I have never been to the US, so I would love, love, love to visit the US one day. Specifically, I would love to go to New York and to San Francisco, which I feel like everyone wants to go there, but yeah, I would really, really like to visit these places. A second country I would like to visit, more for the nature. I don't know why, maybe it sounds random, but I would love to go to Iceland because I've never been and I've seen pictures of the amazing landscapes and I would just love to go there once. So yeah, Iceland for the landscapes. Costa Rica, because they have the sloth sanctuary there. And I really want to go visit this sloth sanctuary. So yeah, that would be my third. Fourth, I would love to go to Egypt because I've always been fascinated with like the ancient Egypt history and I would love to see the pyramids. So yeah, more of a cultural destination. And then one last one. I think I would love to go to India one day because as a yogini, I would really love to go there and see the culture where yoga originated and maybe take some classes or yoga teacher training there. So yeah. Summing it up, I'd say I would want to visit the States, Costa Rica, Iceland, Egypt, and India. Yeah. Those are my 5 countries. How do you stay motivated? How do I stay motivated? Well, the things that I do them because I love doing them. So my passion for them is for sure what keeps me motivated. I don't really do things that I dislike. So I would say more than motivation, when days are tough, like I would still love doing the things that I do, but maybe I'm just so knackered and exhausted, and what gets me through the day and gets the work done is actually not so much motivation but discipline. Like yeah, I really stay on track with the to-do lists and the plans that I set up for the day, for the week, for the month. And there's not motivation that gets the work done, but it's determination. So determination and discipline. So yeah, motivation for me comes from the passion in doing things that I love, if it makes sense, I hope. Advice for new uni students on campus and online. So I don't really know what kind of advice you're asking of me, but as far as staying on track with things, I again would advise you to plan ahead. I actually made a plan with me video, so if you haven't seen it yet and you want to check it out, I will pop it right up here on the screen. But yeah, if you're on campus and you're also trying to ask me like how to balance study with a social life, I think the answer to that is also plan, schedule things ahead, like make time for downtime, make time for social time, make time for study time, make time for, I don't know, training or self-growth moments. I know like so many people can live so well, and I'm so jealous in a way of that attitude towards life just by going with the flow, but for me personally that wouldn't work just because of the amount of things I do. But if you can just go with the flow and make everything work, that is just amazing, and I'm so impressed. But for me personally, and my advice to people like me, is to schedule ahead, have an awareness of the bigger picture, and schedule also time off and time to unwind and time to be with your friends and family, because that is important. That is super, super important, just as much as any other thing. Like social life is an incredibly important aspect of your life, and also time to yourself. So don't forget to schedule that in if you're like a planner and a to-do lister like me. Have your injuries made you more self-conscious as a dancer? I'm not really sure what you mean by self-conscious, but if you mean like more self-aware as a dancer, yes, 100%. And more aware of everything that I do around dancing. So like warming up, cooling down, conditioning, like being ready in accordance to like a performance schedule, a training period. When intense periods are coming, how do I prepare for it? Like I'm planning these things much more than I was before. So it has made me for sure a more aware dance practitioner. 100%. I hope that answers your question. Do you still go to physio for your injury? Yes, I still go to my physio once a week as prevention and maintenance, but not to cure an injury, but just to take care of my body on a regular basis. I think that's really, really important. And I'm super grateful that my health insurance helps me with that. It covers 80% of the costs, so that is amazing. If you had children, would you want them to become dancers? I mean, I don't know, first of all, if I'll ever have children, but I do hope to have children one day. But it depends how you mean that question. Like, would I want them to become dancers? Like, am I a dance mom? Will I be a dance mom? No. If dance is not something that they want to do, I would absolutely not force them to become dancers at all. I do not have the desire for them to become dancers at all either. But if they do want to become dancers and they have the passion, the talent, and the discipline for it, and the love, and the love for it above all. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Sorry, I was saying, if they have the love for it, then definitely, yeah, I would support them on their journey towards becoming a professional dancer, but I would not force it upon them at all. And I'm also not one of those dancers that, like, say, I would never want my child to become a dancer because they know how tough of a job it is. I think if it's their passion, great, I will support it 100%. If it's not their passion, it's not their passion. Like, I don't have a goal for them to become dancers as well. I mean, again, I still don't have children, so it's hard for me to answer that question, but I know I would not force any professional direction on them, regardless of what profession that is. I need to start wrapping this up. Also, my water is finished. That's a cue. Do you stick to any specific meal timing around training? No, I would not say that I plan my meal time around my training. It's more that I eat whenever I have a break. So I normally wake up in the morning, I do my yoga practice before I have breakfast. Then I go to work. Then I have a 1-hour lunch break between 2 and 3, so I'll eat then. And then I'll work again from 3 to 5 normally, and I might have a snack after that. And then I'm gonna have dinner around 9:30 normally. So no, it's more my meals are planned in the time off that I have from training. Yeah. Because I train all day basically, so like I can't say I'm gonna eat 2 hours before training because I don't have that break, so. But it's good, like my body got used to it, it's totally fine. Flex your biceps. I don't have a lot of biceps, but... Okay, last question for this Q&A. Have you ever done any other sport besides dancing? Yes, I have. When I was a little kid, I was actually not trained to be a dancer. I started off with rhythmic gymnastics, and then I fell in love with artistic gymnastics, and I was a competitive artistic gymnast from the age of 8 to 12. Then after middle school, I stopped doing gymnastics and I started dancing around the age of 13. But besides that, like, these were like my sports I was training like as a gymnast, and immediately when I started dancing, I was training like 4 times a week, 3 hours per day. But on top of that, I did other little sports here and there, like my mom and dad signed me up for swimming classes, not in a competitive way, just for me to learn how to swim. So I did a couple of years of swimming classes, but just like 1 hour a week. And then what else? Oh, I did a little bit of fencing in high school, like twice a week for an hour and a half. And well, yeah, clearly yoga. I did a lot of yoga, but that was only after I turned 18. And I took a couple of classes, a couple of months of jiu-jitsu 6 years ago. So yeah, but like, that's that. Not more. Okay, and that is it. I hope I answered all of your questions. It was a long Q&A, but I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel so that you never miss out. If you have any other question for me, just leave me a comment down below, or the best way is actually to follow me on Instagram. I often post polls on my Instagram stories, so that is the best way for us to connect. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in a future video. Bye!